and so we'll see if we can do it. I know anytime Foda hears that the guitars are in a good place, there's a big smile comes across his face. So, yeah.
There's been so many Asuris on stream. Foda is somewhere in the venue just jumping around. But right now, Phazon looking to try and jump Godly immediately, gonna avoid that ground pound, but that was almost potentially a really early one.
I really also, like, this has nothing to do with the competitive side of this match. I like the aesthetics that we see here. White cat with the black sword, black cat with the white sword. That's pretty clean right there. Very coordinated, yeah, for sure.
Grip game is looking good amongst what they got going right now. That Sayre's gonna go ahead and punish that though. Phazon trying to sneak his way on, and this is where things start to get rough, TK. Once Godly has you in positions like this, it's a rare occurrence when you make it back, not taking at least 4 hits.
Look at that, man. He is just controlling the edge so well. Even in the sweat beat, still managed to get himself a hit, but it doesn't matter. And in on this super small stage, yeah, you're going out of there quickly. Godly literally put him at the edge one time and just ran that all the way to a stop.
There was not a giant combo. It was not a 5-piece string. It was Godly reading Phazon 5 times in a row and taking it out. That's what makes him so frightening to fight.
Yeah, see, I don't need the long strings. I just need a couple of interactions. But unfortunately, he is going to run into the interaction of that. I think that might have been the down. Oh no, that was side. It went a little further. So side stick is going to hit, but he comes right back in with his own side stick.
Bro, I felt good for Phazon for a second. It's like, okay, good, quick answer. No, Godly immediately answered right back. Like, oh, Godly, no, back off. Godly
he tried to finish the game right, bro. It was time for crime because he was about to steal this game. I promise you, bro.
Actually, like Chip said, running everyone's pockets before, trying to run that stock right out of Phazon. And it's even damage-wise, but the difference is Godly has a whole stock up, so he can just afford to kind of play right up close and personal now.
Okay. Godly. All right, get chased down this time around. Hold on, Faison looking pretty good here on the edge. Oh, that was a great ground pound, but it wasn't enough, not enough damage here. That would have been great if he can get himself back in the game. Just like a slightly more damage, I feel like that would have been it. That was such a low ground pound.
It was so good, too, because he played right around Godly's weapon toss. He saw that extra option coming. It just didn't get it. The recovery's going to take it off the top, though, and Godly's going to go ahead and take that first one 2-stock. But it's 2-stock with, like, an asterisk, because that was definitely very close to Phazon getting it down to the last one.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I can give it to him. In the situation, I can give it to him.
I'm going to give it to him right now. Again, look, I'm an eternal optimist, okay? I'm trying to help out here. But what do you think, like, obviously that first stock was so dominant for Godly, mostly because he just kept controlling him on the ledge. What do you think Phazon needs to do in the next team? Does he go lower more often and risk him going off stage, or does he just keep trying to mix it up on his way in?
Now, sometimes you just have to accept that someone is just better than you in that situation, and you have to force that situation to never happen.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now against Godly. I need to never be off stage. Like, that's where Phazon should be thinking right now, because being off stage has not done me any well. It's gonna be, all right, everybody makes it back. I got so shook for a second, man. All right.
Well, I mean, it's been crazy, too, because all year round in the office, while we're trying to analyze Godly, we can figure it out. The amount of times we make one bit of analysis and then the next game, Godly plays completely different.
Yep.
So Phazon's gonna have to try and, for one, do the same thing. Like, you have the same kit, figure out if you catch that landing, he at least gets another punish and pushes him right back off.
So he can switch gears pretty quickly, is what you're playing here from Godly. And I mean, we can see that on full display quite a bit of times. Right now, he's right back to his own ways, holding that ledge down. Oh, the misdirection. Look at this sword. Actually, look at me. You're gone.
Oh, my God. Misdirection is actually a really good way to point his playstyle out. He constantly gives you the idea. He's going for one thing, he goes for another. But Qatar's coming through on both sides of the aisle. Phazon needs to find a way to get that recovery. We'll take it out off the top, not taking that much damage.
Okay, Phazon, you're going to keep yourself into this game. That's exactly what we like to see. You want to see these close games developing for sure. As you said, man, Godly's the king of misdirection. Okay, a little Chris Angel action.
Yeah, walking right through the glass. But it's like, no, he didn't walk through the glass. He actually slashed it right down. But this is also another bout of EU versus NA, and Phazon in that position to try and defend the house. But Godly is not trying to let that happen at all.
Okay, Godly. Anything to go for him just yet.
But that was so good because he did everything, but he stayed in a non-committal way. Like, he tried to catch that D-Light and then still faded back in while kind of controlling position. And that will freak you out as he catches yet another one off the top.
And I think that's what I mean, like, again, another swap of gears right there. Gali, a lot of the times when he's going for those recoveries, has kind of like juked up, like, you know, stuttered around with his jumps and fastballs. This time he just jumped straight into it. He's like, not wasting no time. I just believe it's going to hit. And it did. And now he's got a pretty solid lead here, developing against Phazon again. Phazon, could have definitely stolen stock away if he was able to find that.
Yeah, I respect the attempt. You need to make a big play. You have the small stage to make it happen. So if you catch him slipping once, maybe it'll work. But that side is going to send him off. Gets a recovery, tries to catch him again with the nair. At least finds the ground. I would have said he found the ground, but never did.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to. A wall flip kind of coming through. Godly once again marking his opponent. Double juke here. And I was wondering when we were going to see a neutral sig.
Yeah, I was actually also wondering when we were going to see the ground pound too, because he saved them all for the end. Everything before those moments was Godly controlling ledge without ever overextending off stage. He didn't need to. Until his last stock where he tried to chip up Phazon and he had 2 tricks available in the book.
And this is not good damage numbers at all right there, man. 519 to 328.
328, yep.
It's looking a little rough out here for Phazon. Will we get a swap of characters? You know, as I said, there's several characters he can pay, or is he just gonna try to figure this one out with the Asuri? But as of right now, the cat-on-cat action is not going well for him.
Yeah, he's got to find an answer ASAP. I'm very curious to see if he actually runs it back once again. And he is, so we're going to go all the way through. Oh, wait, no. No, we're a whole liars. We are going to still be on Small Brawlhaven, but the Lucian is going to come out.
Okay. So he wants to keep the guitars. Now he's got the blasters on deck. Maybe looking for a different sig kit too. Maybe he's thinking about the sig kit right here. Does get the first set of guitars here.
You know, you might be onto something with that, because he does have the quick access D6 to be able to kind of swipe off and catch him slipping, because his edge trapping hasn't been great so far.
Right.
But he at least can maybe get a quick one out of Godly. And so far, it's looking much better as he tried to catch him right there.
Yeah, that was clean. I mean, you said quick ones, but he was definitely delivering a bunch of quick ones. He has been on the offensive on this first stock. Gonna swap out to the blasters though, so I don't think he's gonna be able to go as offensive as he just was.
Yeah, now it's that mini game of, can I try and find that D-Light recovery? Can I try and find that D-Light Sair? Anything when he's approaching, but you see how he's running. He's not trying to engage as much as possible. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, I thought we were gonna get the D-Light recovery, but instead, no, just blast him quick with it.
And sometimes you gotta go for the big play. And honestly, that whole first stock is exactly like, I know it's way easier said than done, but he has to replicate that same thing. Like, there's no other option.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely stepped it up in this first stock. I think it's the first time he's actually been able to get the stock first. He is living. Get back down to the ground.
That was good, too. He never actually burned his jump while he was up there. He knew that he was out of range. But what a reversal from Godly, taking next to no damage against that reversal Sair.
Phazon, back onto the map. He is able to grab himself some blasters. He can make do with these. Hasn't been able to do too much with them yet. Did get a stock, but as far as damage goes altogether, he hasn't been added up. Now he's added up though. Like to see that. Yep, down when the down lights start hitting, I know you got to start feeling good.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's kind of taking Godly to the firing range right now. Away, but oh my God!
What an option! He was correct too.
I actually am upset in a small way for him because he had that read. But for Phazon fans, you gotta be feeling good as he finds that Sair and he moves himself up with the lead. The solution swap looking so much better.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the defense too, because Lucian can be a little high on that. But like, he's like, hey, I'm doing it up this time around, and it is exactly that. Trying to look for the X pivot on that neutral layer, but not able to find it.
Gotta just keep spacing him out. Just keep playing that air-to-air game. Make sure that Godly never gets a big opening. Good job getting away from the Sair off the bottom. He's recovering so much better too. I think that's one of the biggest things we pointed out early is that his recovery was like okay, but now it's gotten way better.
Yeah. He's been able to he's been allowed to play off stage a little bit. Does end up losing that stock. Godly for the first time actually behind him. May end up losing the game here. Phazon with the good switch over to the Lucian. Is it going to be enough?
Oh my! Not the double uppercut! You're out of there!
What the? Oh, he got menace activity look going on right there. He knows exactly what he did, and that was so well done because the obvious play in that situation is to go and try and arm up. You try to get yourself in a position where you can find straight knockouts, but he caught Godly slipping for a change, doubling up on it. But Godly not going to switch. Everything was working before that point. And he's going to run it right back. No changes whatsoever.
He hit that so quick. Looked like a true combo, bro. That looked like a true combo. That first one sent him high up, but not high up enough to avoid the second one. And now here we are right back to it. Faison able to get a game back into the mix. Also pretty dominant game. I mean, came in, that was a JV, I think. I don't think he got hit at all in that stock, so nice.
I feel like Phazon was playing that game with that mentality of like, if I believe hard enough, all my buttons are plus. Like, everything is going to work. And that's exactly what you did, and as you go all the way to the top, and he gets him with the recovery, and gets another dominant early lead.
Bro, this man says I only know one direction and it's up. Because he's definitely going up from here. I mean, he's going up in stocks. He might be going up in game. This guy is going crazy right now.
Hey, look, wherever this was the first few games, I'm glad you found it now because Phazon is doing so much better in this situation. And he's continuing to not let Godly pretty much get any ground at all.
Godly, I mean, I know that is not the way you want to start off a match, getting that quickly, that high up to the top two. Could have been some type of reversal if he was able to get under him, but no. Phazon knew that was going to work. Got the hit. Now he's got a solid lead here. They're pretty much same damage, but on different stocks.
We can't stress this enough how important this would be, how big this would be if Phazon was able to get this to game 5 and potentially knock Godly into the lower side of bracket. Already got multiple people down there like Acno and Simple, and you'd send the best rep they got down there, that would be huge. But he still has to get through this game 4.
Hey, yeah, Godly right now, I mean, whipping a lot of moves up there, out there on the right side that, should have been simple hits for him to take. I don't know what happened there, but didn't get the option. Does end up taking that option on another recovery. What did I tell you, man? This guy's way up. He's feeling blessed. I know he is.
TK, we're looking at 3 stocks up to 1 on Godly. After Godly had 2 early dominant leads, he's going to go ahead and find that one there. You can't really count Godly out of any game, but right now, if you are a Phazon fan, you are feeling phenomenal.
Okay, man. Faison doing quite well here in the later half of this set after swapping off of the Ditto. He's like, I don't want to continue to fight you with a Suri. I actually want some blasters. Get scooped up, but that's not going to send him nowhere when you don't have any damage on him.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. It's been a little while since Godly's been hit solidly in a row. He's starting to find a lot of openers, and Phazon dodging directly in front of him. Gonna go ahead and back him off at least with that Sair, but Godly still taking, oh my goodness, that just missed.
Phazon has actually been getting real nice with the dodges. He's dodging right through in like little imminent danger, and if he was like one or two frames off, he'd probably be gone. Wasn't able to dodge out of that though, running straight at him with the side stick, and that is going to put Phazon on last stock. But another situation where Godly is pretty hurt. Yeah, Phazon comes back in. Is that going to be enough? Yes, it is, man.
Wow. He avoided the don't let it be you phase of having an early lead like that with that first dominant stock and almost having Godly run it all the way back. But he shuts it down, and what might be a surprise, maybe not, but we have a game number 5 of Godly versus Phazon.
Bro, it's just the way that he was able to take a stock in record time on the first game that he won, and then start the second game that he won, taking another stock in record time. I know he's got to be feeling good right now. I mean, the momentum is on his side.
Right now, he's playing games on quick, speed run Godly 80%, and you need to keep that world record going. You need to keep trying to get those early stocks to dominate that lead, to force his hand to approach, because I feel like Godly's best play so far is when he's been able to completely control tempo and make Phazon go exactly where he wants him to, because he's getting way too much damage out of it.
All right, and here we go. Another person dependent on Hattori as the last Ditment. Hattori kind of starting to feel like Sora a little bit, man. Anyway, I don't really know what's going on here.
Hattori stats?
Yeah, Hattori stats, please.
Well, right now we got Miami Dome. The party starts now. Game number 5. Godly has switched off and gone over to Hattori. Everybody has been feeling well with the spear all weekend, and Hattori's been the counterpick character. Can it get the job done here against Faison?
All right. So this, I mean, look, everybody's swapping out, but I think since Hattori has been used probably so much in this tournament, everyone should be, ready for this character. And now it's just make sure you remember how the person you're playing wants to play that character. And so, at this point in time, though, it looks like Godly's swap is kind of working out for him. He's not really able to get anything good one for him just yet.
We talk about that movement speed, that ability to stay in, stay up close and personal, web toss down, gonna look for the ground, a D-like ground pound, he's gonna find it as Godly strikes first here in game 5.
I like that, man. A lot of time or a lot of patience right there from Godly. waiting for that air dodge so that he can then punish it accordingly with the right punish of the down light into the ground pound, and now a very solid lead development.
Significant difference here too. Also something that's definitely helped a bit is the ability to kind of mix it up on where they're going on the soft platform. And Godly is kind of playing around that burst range that Phazon was abusing before that he couldn't really shut down.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, I'm not sure how Godly was able to do this. I mean, he took a little time to think. Only brought in one weapon and hadn't even really used it. So
you need an extreme level of mental fortitude to rebound like this in game 5. But what a punish for Phazon. He goes running out there, but Godly gets back. Phazon's not gonna touch. He went out there to try and get the trade off and hopefully get him back. But now Godly, TK, has moved this lead up to 3-1.
I genuinely like the idea of what Phazon went for. I think maybe a side air he would have been able to potentially chase dodge back, but he went for a lot. I mean, with the ground pound, I didn't like that as much. The turnaround from the ground pound, and this. Okay, we're
all right. Godly trying to send a message on the last one. Message has been sent though and received when it comes to that recovery off the top.
Okay. Phazon able to finally get a stock, but I mean, he is hurting bad on this last one. Is it going to be the end for Phazon's winner's run?
It's kind of hard to write him out the way that he's been able to get some of these very quick one solutions. So it's still potential on the board as he's starting to chase him. Going away up to the skies. Not going to be able to go that much further, but man, that was a quick amount of damage.
I'm telling you, man, he saw Godly's name and he said, you know what, I will send you to the heavens every time. Every time he's looking for that KO off the top. And he's been finding quite a bit of them too. Now Godly got him at the edge. This is where he kind of shined in the first game. It was like, yeah, you're trying to get back past me. It's a little hard. Hasn't been able to do it too much in the later part of the game. Not going to go for the recovery. Okay.
A little bit since Godly's gotten a solid hit. Phazon may be deep in the red, but he's figuring a lot out, refusing to get touched. Currently, Godly unarmed. Phazon is, he just missed. That was so close to getting him the second stock.
It just steered it a little too far right there, overshot it, and now he's got to find his way back to the stage. Has been able to live off that, but Godly going under the stage. Not going to finish that stock with a recovery like that, but I think with how far he went up, that's going to take it for sure. The downlight recovery from Godly, and he's moving on.
Oh my goodness, he had to fight for that. He had to fight for that one right there. I like how they instantly zoomed in on Polly specifically over in the crowd. He's not looking up front. There he is. But Godly was able to take yet another one, take out another defender, and continue to show that this is no fluke. This man has been able to continuously dominate in so many different ways. Phazon almost made it happen. Well, let's find out from the analysts exactly why he almost made that happen.
Man, that was such a back and forth and such impressive plays here for both players. Zip, how are you feeling? I think you got a friend.
I think I finally made a friend.
Congratulations.
I think he wanted to show me, like, hey, you know what? We ain't that close. So he let the game get to 3-2, right? And then closed it out. He's like, we still homies, but, you know, you stay at your distance.
No, man, I mean, like, it definitely ended up being much closer of a bout than it initially looked like it was going to be. I was unsure about the Lucian pick from Phazon in the beginning. I was like, I don't know, Phazon got blasters like that? Like, I don't know if he's going to be able to touch Godly. And then Faison quickly proved to me in that game that he had blasters. And then the start of the first stock of the next game where he got that very, very, very quick first KO off the top of